Hello. I'm so glad you've made it this far. This lecture is to introduce a worksheet to you called It's a Process. And this is a time for you to take a deep breath, pat yourself on the back, because you've made it this far. And things could feel a little overwhelming. Or you could be having some of those old messages and thoughts that say, I can't possibly do this, this is too hard, I can't make it through. So I want to take a minute and talk to you a little bit about that the journey that you're on. It's a process. In my work with the victims of sex abuse, we often call it the P world, because we are a society that likes things done quickly. We like instant gratification. We like to see results. It's one of the reasons I like to work in my yard so much. When I cut the grass, I see a result in that moment. Doesn't always happen in the process and the journey that you're on. It's not going to be an instant thing. You're not going to see results automatically. And so I want to encourage you and help you understand that it's a process. No matter if you have had some setbacks, you've probably experienced some obstacles. You may have had some really negative reactions from other people, and you've probably made some mistakes. It's okay. It's called a process. So let's explore what a process is about and kind of give you a pep talk about how you can do this. So a process is really a series of actions that have a goal in mind. And so you've been taking these lectures and taking this course because you've got a goal in mind to get connected to who you were created to be so that you can live powerfully. It's going to take a series of actions. A few thoughts. Process involves a progressive course to accomplish a desire. It's progressive. It's one foot in front of another. Going to school is a progressive thing. You start in kindergarten and get basic skills, and then you move to first grade and you learn to read, and it's a progressive course. So when you look at the worksheet, you're going to see that statement, and what I want you to explore a little bit is, what do you desire? Right now it kind of can feel overwhelming, but if I can help you think again about where you want to go and what you want to desire and what your goal is, that might energize you a little bit better and get you refocused. And so the first question we'll talk about, what is the desire that you're after? And how can your power of agreement can help you? Again, to write it down, see it in writing so that you can really get that concept straight in your mind and thinking all the time. How can I use my power of agreement to help this process get to where I want to go? Remember that a process includes experimenting. You've got to try some of these things, and it's going to feel so uncomfortable, but you got to push through that uncomfortable feeling to experiment with it. So when you look at this part of the worksheet, you're going to be looking at, what have you tried? What worked? What didn't work so well? And what would be a different way to try it again if you should decide to try it? A process is a series of choices. That's an empowering thing. Most often you don't realize you have a choice, but the process teaches you that you have a choice, because all the things that I've been sharing with you, a new thought, maybe some of the new beliefs that you're exploring, when it's laid out before you, every time you see something new, you make a choice about what you're going to do with that. Am I going to internalize it? Am I going to decide I can't do this right now? And what would be helpful to keep in mind is that when you make a choice, you're either moving forward towards growth and change, or you're making a choice to stay, and that will actually decay and take you to a place that you probably didn't really want to go. Otherwise, you wouldn't be taking this course. Because the really truth within the process is, when I make a choice, if I choose yes, then I'm going all for it and I'm going to be changing. But if I choose no, I'm really staying where I am, and it's not going to get better. So to complete the process also means that you've got to proceed. You've got to keep going. So don't give up. Keep going. Allow yourself the grace that it's hard. Allow yourself compassion. Be generous to yourself, and recognize that it's a process and that you're not all going to get it done, even by the time this course is done. And you may have to go through it a couple times for it to make really sense and internalize the new thinking. So I want to encourage you on one other thing too, is that try not to compare your journey to somebody else's, because nobody's journey is the same. Doesn't take the same amount of time, has different obstacles, has different goals, and that your journey is yours. And that if you've been listening to these lectures and you still haven't figured it out and you haven't had that aha moment, it's okay. Those moments come at different times. So just trust your process. You're learning new things, you're trying new things. It'll be okay. Keep going. See you next time.